Motherfucking mini episode. Mini episode. Motherfucking mini episode.
Step back, you're dancing kinda close. I feel a little poke coming through on you. There it is, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to another phenomenal episode of My Mama Told Me.
The podcast where we dive deep into the pockets of black conspiracy theories.
And we finally work to prove the theories that you, the listener, have at home. It's a motherfucking mini episode.
Wow.
I'm Langston Kerman.
I'm David Borey.
And we have an exciting email.
Ooh, this is a good one.
From someone. This one you mentioned immediately. You were like, there's a new email in that piqued your interest, and I immediately shouted out the subject line right back at you, and we were both like, hell yeah, that's the correct one.
Because when I saw it, I was like, oh, this one's going. Like, you know, sometimes you'll just see like the headline come in, and you'll kind of scan it, and you'll be like, oh, this ain't on shit. That one, I was immediately like, oh, this one's going to the show. This one,
100%.
This one could go the distance.
Buddy, you just made it to the big leagues.
Yeah. Welcome to the NFL, rookie. You remember that
show? We got an email from a person named Joff. Joff, I don't know. Their name sucks. It's Geoff. I hate it.
We don't love
Jeff is probably how you say it, but tell me how that math checks out, Jeff. Geoff. Either way, golf. None of it feels right, and I hate saying it out loud. That said, I do like what you wrote here, Geoff. You wrote us a letter that says, "Dear Langston David," and you start hot. You come in very hot with this shit. You say, hypothesis: Steve Harvey is an energy vampire. And that piqued my interest.
I was already
away.
in. I was already in. You had me in hypothesis, Steve Harvey. I was always going to hear you out.
If you're hypothesizing about Steve Harvey, you've got my ear for sure.
I'm in.
He goes on to say, I had been thinking about this for a while. We know you had, and wanted to know what you thought. Is it possible that Steve Harvey, early in his career, met upon meeting Richard Pryor, attempting to absorb and replace him, but was caught in the act, thus leaving Pryor in an ailing state? Holy shit. Harvey then would go on to feed off of Pryor in a Dracula-type fashion, gaining a familiar mustache and eyebrows, and even similar comedy beats, but never truly completing the process despite self-proclaiming himself as an original king of comedy. After Pryor's passing, Harvey didn't have anyone left to absorb powers from, lost his hair, and turned to daytime network television, working multiple shows and living off the energy, his live studio audiences, and Family Feud contestants just to stay alive. Again, just a theory. Geoff.
So I want to say, first of all, I love this theory. Second of all, Geoff, gotta leave the house, dog. You're
very alone, bitch.
You gotta get out of the basement. This is not a good look. Your mom's pissed you still live there, bro. You gotta go out and live life.
Come on, man. Just because you write hypothesis in the email don't mean you ain't in your basement.
No, I could feel the Cheeto dust from here. It's like oof. But
this took work.
Yeah, no, that's what I mean. Like, most emails are like something you could tell somebody like wrote it on their lunch hour or something like that. This is a fully formed idea.
This was weighing heavy on Geoff's heart in a way that is a little unnerving, but I also think it leaves us with a little bit of a responsibility to keep Geoff happy so that he doesn't become something far more sinister out in society.
No, there's definitely a possibility he could kill us and him.
This is one of the first people I've been genuinely afraid of that's ever written us.
Speaking of which, can I tell you something funny? This is, we should keep it in. Dogon, the guy, he came and saw me in Raleigh.
Oh, hell yeah.
And you can't tell by his picture, huge. He's so tiny, real big guy. And I was like, Dogon, right? And he's like, no, I'm Carlos X. And for a minute, Langston, like just for a minute, my shit went cold.
Oh, fuck. You were like, oh, no.
Because he's so big.
Shit I talk.
I was like, oh, why couldn't you be a little guy?
Yeah. Turns out that X stands for times.
Yeah, it's short for XXL. That dude, Dogon, big person.
Hell yeah. I love that.
But anyways, keep going. Sorry.
Dogon's responsible, for those that are unaware, Dogon is responsible for our beautiful cover art.
Yeah.
Dogon submitted it just on some fan shit, and we loved it so much that we asked them to make a lot of tweaks to it and make it look cooler than they had already made it, but it's gorgeous, and they are solely responsible for it.
Yeah, I also bought a piece of art from them later. But anyways.
Oh, fuck yeah.
Yeah. I got a little guy. It's up in the crib now. I got art. I got boats. I'm a man of many talents.
Yeah, you're a wild boy.
But yeah, so back to this. How do you feel about it? I'm curious to see what you think.
Here's what I love. I love the basic framing of the hypothesis of Steve Harvey is an energy vampire, and that rings sort of true. Like, he is a person who has sort of built a career on a very specific type of hosting that is exceptional. I don't want to even begin for a second to suggest that he is not good at what he's doing, but it does feel like he is almost using the power of these unsuspecting white people to sort of like build up more of his own essence. And it even the transitions we've seen of the big ass suits into becoming almost like this weird old nigga model.
Yeah, he's like sexy now.
He's real sexy. He takes his shirt off sometimes and is like...
Don't love that.
Yeah.
If you're going to take your shirt off, you shouldn't be wearing Michael Jordan jeans.
No, and smoking a cigar and telling me I need to stop. I need to wake up earlier. It all feels wrong.
Yeah.
But...
I hate that I just Googled Steve Harvey topless.
Oh, it's disturbing shit. I can't wait to see you discover what that looks like.
I had seen it before. I thought it was going to be different.
No, it's what's so funny about it.
It's not even that it's bad. It's just really weird.
That's what's funny about it. Is like, I think sometimes we talked about this with Biz Markie, where he took his shirt off and we were all like, fuck, put your shirt back on. This is a sin. We hate this. But with Steve Harvey, it just feels more like, is this real or is this like Photoshop?
Yeah, why is
body?
It's so, and like the light is strange. He's all oily.
Yeah, it's unnerving more than it is like gross.
Yeah, it sucks though. Don't get it twisted. It sucks.
What's that thing where like where they make something look not human enough in
Uncanny
technology?
Valley?
It has an Uncanny Valley quality to it.
Definitely.
Steve Harvey with his shirt off is real Uncanny Valley vibes.
Like it doesn't, like it feels like it doesn't move. Like it looks like an action figure posed in this position. You know what I'm saying? But it doesn't look like it'll go like a body goes.
No, it feels like it feels like it came out of a cryogenic chamber before it was ready, fully cooked.
Yeah, it looks like stiff. You know what it looks like? It looks like somebody who's like not terrible, but not great at clay made it.
Yeah.
Like you're in clay too, but you're not in advanced clay. Like that's...
Yeah, and you're the best in your class,
right?
But you still are not particularly like, you're not, this isn't going to be a career for you.
You've only been doing it 6 months. You know what I mean? You're as good as you can be at that point. And you're just trying to get at the house anyways. Get it away from these fucking kids sometimes.
This always started as a hobby, and you're grateful that you've advanced and your teacher seems impressed by your work.
Exactly that.
Yeah, no, it's fucked up down there for old Stevie H.
And down there, he means under his shirt.
Anywhere but below the collar.
Beneath that big-ass suit. Well, now it's like tight pants. I don't like him sexy. I really don't like him sexy. I don't
oh, you don't like him sexy?
I don't like it at all.
I actually do like him sexy. I think it's funny in a way that I never expected he could be funny. I think it had become sort of a hacky trope to make fun of his big suits and all the buttons and
That's true.
the shine. And now we get to make fun of a different version of Steve Harvey where he's like wearing like bell bottoms and an open belly shirt. And it's like, what the fuck is this? What the fuck is this, Grandpa? Why are you doing that?
Why are you dressed like that? Yeah. That's true. That's very true. I don't like it.
I actually really like him sexy, but I get
it.
why other people don't.
No, I get it.
That said, I think
Anyway.
I think I start to jump off of this conspiracy, or rather I have trouble inside of this conspiracy when Richard Pryor is introduced as the source of his strength.
Yeah, because also why only Pryor?
Mm-hmm.
Like, he spent a lot of time around a lot of people. Like, if it was me and I was concocting, I would have said that he sucked Merlin Santana to death.
Whoa.
That's what, because remember, Merlin was young when that show started, right?
Mm-hmm.
Also, somebody in the barbershop said that that's Joel Santana's little brother. And at first I got mad, but then I was like, maybe, or big brother. But I don't think Joel Santana's real last name is Santana.
Yeah, I was about to say, I don't think he's Santana legally, and I'm not even sure Merlin Santana was Santana legally.
I mean, he wasn't Merlin legally. But then, now that you think about it, they
they do look a little bit alike.
It's like one of those New York, I speak Spanish too kind of vibes.
Yeah, no, they're not. LaRon Louis James is Joel's government name.
And
or
what about
Louis? It's probably Louis. LaRon Louis James is Joel Santana's government name.
Okay, and what about Merlin Santana?
That's Olivia. If
Merlando Santana?
Santando. Diaz. Oh, that's his real name.
Whoa.
Okay, Merlin Santana. Fuck yeah.
Man, I would have never guessed that in a million years.
That nigga was too magical for this earth.
Yeah, he was also
long.
like maybe a little too handsome.
He was gorgeous.
He was really a pretty guy.
He was a gorgeous man, and he could hit them punchlines in a way that I don't think we give him enough credit for.
Merlin Santana was hilarious.
He was really funny.
Yeah,
he
had
good comedic timing.
He was also a child actor. Remember, he was also like he was on the Cosby Show and stuff.
No, he was a sexy person for a long time in media.
You know what? Yeah. Sorry, go ahead.
No, I said everything I needed to say. I wanted to fuck him for years.
I feel like Merlin Santana. Not a lot of people make the jump from. This sounds so bad.
Yeah. No, please.
Not a lot of people make the jump from a sexy boy to a sexy man. You know?
I think that's true.
But you know what I mean? I mean, I just mean people
I'm not
grow
bailing
up
on
weird.
you one bit.
Thank
I
you.
100% agree with you. I think Jonathan Taylor Thomas is a great example of somebody that could not make that transition despite all of what they empowered him to be.
Exactly.
I think Macaulay Culkin, you know, there's a fair amount of examples of kids who sort of got positioned as like the teen magazine heartthrob that then just become duds of like adults.
Oh yeah, that little. You ever seen that little boy from The Fresh Prince now?
Little Nicky?
Ooh,
God damn.
Yeah, he looks like the little Nicky because that nigga looks like a devil.
His head just got wider and wider.
Shape didn't change though.
No.
Like
he is He is gruesome.
Oh, man.
And my favorite part of that, my favorite part of that Fresh Prince special is when they bring him back out. And you can see every member of the cast have to like hold back their fucking ews and yucks when he comes from behind the wall because he's just so hard to look at. They're like, oh, hey, Nikki. Hey, little Nikki.
Hey, what you been doing? You still working at Best Buy?
Oh, that's you. Oh, good for you. You're still here. Okay.
Oh, man. Will Smith didn't want to hug him?
Nah, they just dapped him up like a stranger. Fucking ghoul. No, I think to your point, there are other people who are likely a source for Steve Harvey's energy vampire shit, and I don't know him and Richard Pryor to have maintained any version of like a deep relationship to justify that connection. Even Bernie Mac feels like an easier go-to than Richard Pryor.
Well, I mean, I don't know my history well. No, because Steve Harvey kind of came up way late. Steve Harvey kind of rose to prominence in the 90s, right? Like started in the 80s, rose to prominence in the 90s. That's like, they probably never really interacted.
But
much.
I think if I am playing a little bit of the game that our boy Geoff here is playing, I think there is a logic that says that if I'm taking his energy, I am taking it slowly. And so we're seeing Richard Pryor slowly be depleted of sort of the character he started as we're watching Steve Harvey rise to success.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like, think about Richard Pryor in Harlem Nights. That ain't the Richard Pryor we loved. You know what I mean? That's a much more timid sort of like
that was the beginning
drained
of the
Richard Pryor.
I mean, I do love that movie, but yeah, it's no The Toy.
He's never like fun in that movie. He's just a serious man kind of doing bits with low energy the whole time.
He's sort of slurring.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. You know what I liked was Brewster's Millions.
Okay. You're a big Richard Pryor film buff.
Why you say it like that? They were funny.
It wasn't shameful. I'm just noticing how much you love the classics of Richard Pryor.
Well, I like Brewster's Millions because when he got all that money, John Candy, who was a catcher on their baseball team, bought a chain with a catcher's mitt on it. And I was like, yeah, he's living that life.
All right. Okay. I didn't know this movie was going to be relatable.
Yeah. Me and John Candy got the same plans. All right.
So, Geoff, I guess, personally, well, what do you think? We haven't unpacked your position in this.
No, I don't think so. I like, A for effort. I love the imagination on this one. I love the distance that you had it span. I just don't think this one has as much legs as maybe it could.
Yeah, I think if Geoff, we are unaware of a connection between Steve Harvey and Richard Pryor that you know of, and clearly you've had time to think about this in a depth that we are unable to think about it.
Yeah, because we're not virgins.
I'm too busy smashing puss, Geoff. That said, if you are, in fact, aware of a connection that exists, we'd love to hear about it because I do think maybe there's something to it if that connection is there. But without the connection, it's sort of hard to make that leap of Richard Pryor other than him just taking the mustache. And also, to be clear, Steve Harvey has been bald the entire time. He was lying to us. That was a wig throughout the entire Steve Harvey show.
It was a little too nice.
What we wanted it to be. He's come forward. We know now that was a lie.
Yeah. It makes me worry for Martin.
Oh, you think Martin's lying to us too?
I mean, remember how on point his hair? Nobody ever gives him credit for how good his hair was in that show.
Yeah, you're the biggest Martin haircut advocate I've ever met, if I'm being honest with you.
It's so odd because to me it's so obvious, but people, they really don't give him a shine for that. Like, not a hair out of place. It is crazy, perfectly sculpted.
Yeah, I think Martin's natural hairline was wider than the average black man wants theirs to be, and so they don't look to him as a source. Even though,
because
to your
it's
point,
not the typical.
It's not just a straight, you know what I mean, like perfect lineup, but it was perfect for him. Like,
Yes.
he never had a hair out of place. It was a great haircut, but I would never go like, you know what I want my hairline to look like? Martin Lawrence.
Well, it's not just a hairline thing; it's a fade thing. Its a length was immaculate. Like, there's a lot to it. You know that. I mean, come on, we all understand.
Yeah, no, you don't have to convince me. I think I'm just saying that, like, when I list my kings that I'm going to point to and say, if I had to remake my hair, I want it to look like that, Martin Lawrence would never be that choice.
Who's your number one? I just out of curiosity.
Damn, that is a good question. And frankly, I don't know that I have a great answer. I think there was a period where I thought Will Smith had a great haircut, but in retrospect, I don't think that that's true at all.
I don't either. I think his went further back than you would want it.
Bad Boys era Will Smith, like the first Bad Boys movie, he had a pretty gorgeous haircut in that movie.
Wasn't it just a high top fade?
I don't know, man. It felt like there was more to it. I think you're being reductive. I celebrated your boy. No,
I'm sorry.
Don't turn on me.
I'm sorry.
You know who has a gorgeous haircut is what's his name? Javante. What's the nigga from?
Oh, Javante Davis.
Yeah, the motherfucker from Moonlight.
You mean Mahershala Ali?
No. What's
the other one?
Yeah.
Oh, what is his name? That is a good fuck. What's his name? That is a good haircut. Okay.
Trevante Rhodes. That's his name.
Yeah.
Right,
Ooh.
That's a good haircut.
That shit is clean. It comes in.
He always come in clean.
Yeah, it's like everywhere it's supposed to be. Because I've been noticing mine is like, the whole thing isn't receding, but I got like a weird little chunk over here. And as I get older, it's getting more and more prominent, which I don't care. I put the Beijing in. I don't give a shit.
Oh, would you fly to Dubai and get it fixed like Tracy McGrady? Would you do the whole like the journey back to freedom?
It's not that crazy. It's not that. It's like because you can see it because I haven't had it cut.
Yeah.
It's just one problem. Like the other side doesn't have it, so it's like. Nah, I think it's just like I just got to be a guy with a kind of faulty hairline. I don't feel bad about it. I get cuts all the time, and I wear hats so much. It's like
I've never noticed it.
And that's the thing.
It's never stood out to me.
That's the thing, because like if I keep right when I get a cut, it's like a few days. You know, it takes a few days, but then you get to notice it. But I don't think it's receding because it's not on the other side.
Yeah, or you just receding cool.
Yeah. I'm like when they put the one bib up on the overall.
Yeah, I don't know. I've always said that if I start to lose my shit, I'm just gonna shave it all off. But now I see the technology that they're able to like fully just reinstate your hair and not in a Bosley. You know what I mean? There used to be the Bosley treatment, but it looked like Lego hair, and you're like, I don't want to fucking look silly. I just want my hair back kind of thing. But now you look at some of these old NBA players and they fully just fix their shit. And it's like, I don't know, bro. If I get the money, I might just get my shit back.
Yeah, I get it, man. Go full Jalen.
Mm-hmm.
Like, why not?
Yeah, he went all those years bald.
Yo, he invented the baldy. Like,
yeah.
They were like, you know what I mean? Like that was their thing. And then now he came back and he looks crazy.
No, he's trying to be Steve Harvey with the hairline. And it's like something happened, big dog. And they're using a lot of chemicals and Beijing and shit to fix it, but there's something else happening there.
Oh yeah, like the color on it is sort of too. It's so good that you're like, oh, I don't know. You know what I mean? When like these people have this haircut, there's like it's like a deep, rich black where you're like, I don't know.
Jalen Rose's hair is almost purple.
yeah, moonlight colored hair.
Well, Geoff, I don't know if any of this is helpful to your conspiracy, but it does sound like if we can give Geoff a little bit of the flowers he deserves, it does sound like we're not opposed to the idea of Steve Harvey being an energy vampire. Historically, he has hosted literally everything and almost seems to gain strength despite the massive backsteps that he sometimes takes in his hosting responsibilities. We watched him fuck up Miss America and then somehow become more powerful. We watched him write letters to his staff where he told them, don't make eye contact with me. And that should be a death sentence. It literally was for Ellen. And yet somehow Steve Harvey remains fucking infallible. He is unbeatable. And maybe it does feel like a vampiric level of strength. That said, I just don't know that Richard Pryor is the source.
Yeah. I took the words right out of my mouth. Vampiric.
You want to tell the people where they can find you and what cool shit you have going on?
I'm like Instagram, Cool Guy Jokes 87. Come see me on tour on the road. I'll be selling exclusive tour merch. Hey, you can't buy it after the tour is over.
Listen, I'll stand next to him and big up the merch. I don't give a shit.
It's good. You can have some. I'll get you one of those cups.
Yeah, please.
Yeah, it's good.
And if you want to follow me at Langston Kerman. And if you want to see me live, besides our live show, you can see me at the House of Comedy in New Westminster, British Columbia, October 13th and the 14th. And then October 20th and 21st, I'll be at Dead Crow Comedy in Wilmington, North Carolina. And then Burlington, Vermont, I'll be there November 10th and 11th at the Vermont Comedy Club. And then finally, I'll be at Hyenas Comedy Nightclub in Dallas, Texas, November 17th and 18th. Any and all of those shows, I would love to see you there. And more importantly, if you want to send us your own conspiracy theories, if you want to send us your own drops, if you want to prove the connection between Steve Harvey's mustache and Richard Pryor's mustache, then send it all to mymommapod@gmail.com. We would love to hear from you. I ain't saying no more. Bye, bitch.
You freaky frog! You're a freaky frog! You fucking freaky frog! You're a freaky frog!
Motherfucking mini episode. Motherfucking mini episode. Motherfucking mini episode. Motherfucking mini episode.